The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Okay, so here we are. Face value with Bill DeMott, and this is going to become. There's some great feedback here, so like I always do, I'm going to give the background behind face value. So for first-time listeners, this is the Bill DeMott experience, and it's different from my YouTube channel because on the YouTube channel we explore, we meet new people, we tell some really great stories. Currently on the YouTube channel, we have part 2 coming up that airs later tonight. Part 2 of America's Greatest Pastime, and it's the story. If you're not caught up to it, is with a bunch of 6-year-old boys, and I had the opportunity to coach them. I coached my son in baseball, and we had an opportunity, and we followed the boys all the way to the state championships of Florida. And, so it was really, really cool for me to get a chance to do that. So if you get a chance, go to Face Value, check that out. Go to the first episode, Meeting a Legend, legendary Kim Kahana. Then I spent some time with my great friend, Scotty Too Hot. It was a 2-part story, and got to see a different side of Scotty, some that people don't know about. Again, I hope to have Scotty on this real soon. It's always fun to talk to him. He makes me laugh, and he's doing some great charity work out there as well, besides selling the best Florida homes there are. Oh, Scotty, we need to talk. And this week, if you're on iTunes right now, you can't see my face, but my reminder to let everybody know on iTunes what I'm doing. So I'm currently glaring to my left because back this week on Face Value is my moral compass, Casey, my oldest daughter, who off camera reminded me how she has a job and she doesn't get paid for this. Which in turn, I reminded her I can accidentally lose her and make another one look just like her.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go.
No, I'm not going through another 22 years of that shit. You be quiet. You're getting paid exactly what you're doing. You shut up and do the show. I've said this before, and I'm going to, I repeat myself. I'm Johnny Carson. You're Ed McMahon. Shut it. Give me, when I go like this, from now on, when I go like this, everybody on iTunes, I'm pointing with an unlit cigar. When I go like this, all your job is to go, hi-oh. That's it. Do we have an accord?
No, I'm not doing that.
You will go, hi-oh.
No.
Everybody on Twitter, I'm looking for a sidekick for Face Value, and I will put you on screen.
No.
See, that's it. She won't do it. This show's going to suck. Right. So that's it. We caught everybody up to the week's events. We're done. See you later. No. So I'm going to do this weekly. I like the fact that I get to come in and talk and vent and share, give my side of the weekly news and the way I see the world. And I said again, it's Face Value. Take it for that. Don't read into it, because I promise you, I'll give you enough to think about without you reading into what I'm saying. And but I have to get to my song. A couple weeks back, I saw Tom Cruise do the face from The Weekend, which is still just one guy. I don't know. I don't get it. But The Weekend, great song, Tom Cruise. But I keep hearing this song. Hit that song.
It wouldn't play on my phone.
Jeez, hallelujah. I mean, you try to bring in
I don't know why
here, and here's my look, because I say this all day. Here on the Realm Network, we try to bring in people that are going to make this a top-notch show. I said to you 40 minutes ago, have the song ready.
Again, I'm volunteering, so I'm not. And you had it pulled up on your phone, so you could have played it.
Oh, my God.
It's not.
Vince warned me when you bring. This is why you don't.
I gave you a song.
You don't bring your family into wrestling locker rooms and then you don't bring your family onto your podcast.
I gave you.
All right, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you feel like you've lived up to your expectations. Let's get right to it. I'm going to talk about really quick what the hell I watched on the news. Are you listening to me? Watch the point. Here's the point. Hi-oh. Ed McMahon. Google him for everybody under the age of 100 who doesn't know who Ed McMahon is, was, or what he brought to television. iTunes, I'm drinking out of the world's largest red glass right now. Oh, my goodness. And it's just water and a splash of cranberry. And now for today's news. It could rain. There's a possibility it could rain today. Let's move on. So let's get right to American Airlines. I'm watching the news, as I always do, because I'm that guy. I'm now worldly Bill DeMott. For years, I was humorous, and I was well-traveled, and then I became serious, and then I was Coach Bill, and I'm Trainer Bill, and I'm, guidance counselor Bill. And now I'm worldly Bill, and I want to watch the news. And actually, I can't watch Cartoon Network with my son, so I watch the news. But anyway, American Airlines. You with me? You listening to me over there? American Airlines on a flight from LAX to Hawaii. Halfway during the trip, the pilot has an oh shit moment. I'm in the wrong plane.
What?
He's in the wrong plane. They don't have the oxygen tanks, the safety gear, something else that happened. And halfway, and just for everybody, like maybe I'll get a map. As the show gets bigger, I'll get graphics and I'll have like the chick from the thing, and she'll point to the green screen and Vanna White or Vanna White, but Ed McMahon.
Hi-oh.
It's gonna be a great show. Back to American Airlines. The guy flies. Certain aircraft can only go certain places. Open water. So let's pretend this chubby hand is LA. I don't know how LA would face. LA. This backwards. So this fist is Honolulu. All this in here is water. There's no place to land. Halfway through the flight, the pilot goes, I feel like I left did we leave the gas on? Did you shut the oven off? Frank. Yes, Pete. Did you charge your iPhone before we left? None of that shit goes on. He goes, oh my God, I'm in the wrong plane. So the girl in the news goes, well, did he turn around? You're halfway there.
Yeah.
So even if you turn around, you still have the wrong plane. I don't have a finish to this story other than how the hell did the guy get in the wrong plane? And not only the guy, and everybody's going, well, the pilot realizes he's in the wrong plane. Other than the guy with the flags, and he lands the plane, shouldn't everybody else who loaded the plane, catered the plane, the nice ladies at American Airlines who assist you on boarding on an on-time fashion and make sure all your overhead luggage fits, shouldn't everybody else have figured that out? But then halfway through, the guy has a moment of clarity. So we're in the wrong plane for this flight. Now, I'm all for being honest. Shut the hell up. How do you land and tell people, I'm so glad we made it. We were on the wrong plane the whole time.
You know who should have been the pilot? That Sully guy from years ago that landed the plane in the water. He would have known how to. Over
in Long Island?
Yeah. He would have known what to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, we may have flown American, but we're going back Delta. I mean, we won't get our bags on time, but at least we'd land safe. Can you say that? Delta, love you. Great people. Great. American Airlines, great guy. I got to find out that guy's name. That's the news. I got notes. Everybody on iTunes, I have notes on this show. Face value. Take it for what it is. I'm not knocking American or Delta. I love flying. We're flying this weekend. We're headed. Look, I have it. I'm going to raise my property of New Jersey City University. When I grew up there, I didn't know there was a university in Jersey City, but my niece went there. Great soccer player. She's getting married this weekend. My brother's oldest daughter. All the DeMott kids will be in the same place at one time. It's been a while. Have to take advantage of that. My mother and father will be there. You have to take advantage of that. My uncle will be there. Uncle Eddie will be there. So it's a very, see the segue? We're not going American because my wife wouldn't go American. We're going JetBlue. JetBlue, we love you. You don't have to fly over water to get to New Jersey.
American didn't go fly direct.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden, there's voices coming out of the woodwork. Like everybody wants to be part of the show now. Hi-oh, there she is. Okay, let's leave American Airlines alone. We're going to New Jersey. Everybody's listening. I know they're listening up there. I'm coming home. Paramus, New Jersey, born and raised. Always call that home. I'm looking forward to it. Side note, my brother was banned in the mid-90s from ever going out with me again. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, my sister-in-law took severe umbrage with me taking my brother out and enjoying ourselves.
And getting into fights.
It was accidentally a fracas broke out.
Every time?
And you talk when I talk to you. That's it. So the short version of this long story is I took my brother out. I think I dropped him off in his driveway, leaned him up against a tree and left. I told him moderation, but he doesn't listen. You know how younger brothers are, they don't listen. So anyway, my sister-in-law has banned him going on 20 years now or something, close to 20 years, whatever it is, from going out with me. But I got news for you. I'm going home to New Jersey. His oldest daughter's getting married, my goddaughter, and we're going out. And I'm not afraid of my sister-in-law. Well, I'm still here and she's still there. Mm-hmm. And I know she listens to this, so I'm just kidding. I'm not taking your husband out. Right. Your grandparents, get over it. You got to go out once in a while. Right? He's grandfather. You got to go out. Go right from my brother being a grandfather to Pope Francis. The Pope. Because the segue is this. The Pope's got to be a grandfather, right? My brother's a grandfather. My brother thinks he's the Pope. My brother walks around Bergen County and people, So there's the segue. This is what I do. Steve McChesney, if you're listening and watching the show, this is what I do. I go from one thing to another. So the Pope is coming, and they gave out like 10,000 pair of tickets or something like that so that people could come and bask in the Pope, you know? It's something to hear the Pope speak, to see the Pope, all kidding aside. So it turns out that now they find out that people are scalping the tickets to see the Pope, and they're getting like $3,000 a pair of tickets, and this upsets the Pope. So somebody was talking to, they were talking around, and people are saying, well, scalping's the American way. That's what we do here.
When I went to Ed Sheeran, people were trying to scalp for tickets. So, I mean, it's the Pope.
Okay, wait a minute.
I know.
The Pope, Dominus, Omus, all this stuff, and you bring in Ed Sheeran.
You said it was the American, and I just said I just went to a concert where people were scalping tickets. That's all. I was just assisting you.
So you're comparing Ed Sheeran's concert with getting audience with the Pope?
That's not what I'm saying.
Were they scalping Ed Sheeran tickets for $3,000 a pair?
I'm sure it's possible. I don't know.
So
I didn't stop and ask.
So this is it.
I was trying to go see the show.
Here's the show right now. Face value. Take this at face value. My oldest daughter, who's graduated college, and we've been through this already, very intelligent, has just made the analogy.
I didn't make
that Ed Sheeran and the Pope, if they were to go head to head, Ed Sheeran gets more money per ticket.
Well, maybe.
Face value. You have to love that story. That's so not where I was going, and you just turned it into.
I was just all right.
Did you find my song yet?
No, I thought we were past.
No, we're not past it because now Ed Sheeran. Oh my. Okay, so let's come on. Here we go. We have to go back to the news. So we're talking about the Pope. We talked about Ed Sheeran now is worth more than the Pope, says an innocent bystander, not Bill DeMott. I'm talking about the Pope. The guy says it's the American way. That's what we do. We scalp tickets. The lady who did the interview was totally aghast, appalled, put off. She built a wall. She couldn't believe it. Much like I segue into talking about this other lady from Kentucky, this Kim Davis. We're still talking about her. Weeks she's out of jail. She gets out. There's a big rally. She's all these people, all the trying not to say the wrong thing here, but all the people who are backing her. And she says, well, I won't hold it against the clerks that did their job while I was locked up, but I won't honor any of the certificates or the licenses given out to the people who got their marriage license. I won't hold it against them. I'm thinking, this lady's batshit crazy. Like Kim Davis, call me. I'll talk to you. I'd love to talk. I'd love to hear your side. Kim Davis, all your people, somebody in Kentucky knows me. Kim Davis, get in touch with somebody at the Realm Network and get on the Bill DeMott Experience. I'd love to hear. I mean, I'm just curious. I'm not going to argue with the point. I'm not taking sides. How does the lady, she got arrested. She was told, this is your job. Like, my thing is, quit your job. If that's your belief, quit your job. But why are we still talking about this lady?
Well,
I don't want to hear your opinion because your duck's twisted with some of this stuff. You just equated the Pope to Ed Sheeran, so I don't really give a tinker's damn what you think about this lady.
He hears that, and then I get backstage passes or something.
Oh yeah. Ed, my daughter thinks you're equal to the Pope. She'll scalp your tickets for the same amount of money. Jesus Christmas. This whole yeah, and I didn't pay $3,000 for them. It was 2 Fruity Pebbles boxes, and I turned in a Twizzlers thing. The cutout, the cutout things. And I went, oh shit, we won. I couldn't get the boardwalk on the McDonald's scratch off, but I got Ed Sheeran tickets. Why is Norm Macdonald playing the Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel? Why? That's Norm Macdonald. Like, I grew up, you knew, I dropped my paper. You knew that the guy, the original Colonel, passed away. Like Ronald McDonald, I get it. You put somebody in a Ronald McDonald suit, you know. Wendy can grow up. The Burger King, he wears the hat. He's a big caricature. The Colonel, now it's Norm Macdonald. But the problem is, I like Norm Macdonald as the Colonel. But why are they passing it off like, I like him better than the guy that was before him, the old guy who thought he was the Colonel. You know this guy's name too?
He was on SNL.
Where have I been?
He was on when Will Ferrell was on.
Will Ferrell? I talked about Will Ferrell last week. Baseball Hall of Fame? Nothing? Leave it alone. Okay, so we like Norm Macdonald there? Hold on a minute. Let me pick this up because my assistant is on the other side of the room. Bump. Oh, jeez.
I don't understand.
You're supposed to.
You're doing it randomly, so I don't.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold up a card. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read the answer, and then I Google the Johnny Carson show. Okay, good. Then let it go. Let's talk about the big news in Britain. And I don't know if I touched on it or not, right? Where is it? Tell me about what I have. Queen Elizabeth II. Is that correct?
Yes.
63 years. The reigning monarch. Longest reigning monarch in the history of monarchism. And so, is that not a word? There it is. Hashtag, wait a minute. Don't laugh. Hashtag monarchism. You shut up, to my people.
There's a reason British people think Americans.
Yeah, because you're selling tickets to Ed Sheeran instead of the
I'm
Pope.
not selling tickets to Ed Sheeran.
My people, hush, my people hashtag monarchism right now because we hashtagged
Dog laundering.
dog laundering. It went worldwide, at least in my world. Love the tweets. We'll get to whatever the other hashtag was, but I can't talk about that right now. Hashtag monarchism.
Better hope she doesn't see this.
I hope she does. The Queen. Call me.
The Queen's
Chrisley.
not gonna call
Yeah,
me.
Todd Chrisley. If Todd Chrisley calls me the Queen, I'm set.
Todd Chrisley didn't call. He's
No,
not
he
gonna
didn't
call
because
you.
he might be a week behind. He's in Atlanta, and you know the time differential,
They're-
the time continuum. I watched Back to the Future the other day. The time. Queen, give me a call. 63 years, the leading person in monarchism, and so there's this big to do. Don't make a fuss. And she took the train from Scotland. And it was great. She's like this little, she's like grandma now. Great lady, great grandmother, all this stuff. That literally took this much. Everybody moved on. What are they talking about? The Duchess of Cambridge changes her hairstyle, and all of a sudden the Queen Mother's in the back seat again.
She's like a fashion icon.
Fashion. Oh, what was I thinking? 63. You know how many presidents that lady? 11 presidents I think she's been through. The Queen, not the Duchess of Cambridge, who now doesn't have bangs.
No, she has been.
Oh, she has bang. Well, at least we know her kids will be taken care of. Are you kidding me? This is what you guys talk about. How is that news? The Queen Mother.
Queen Mother.
The Queen Mother. I wonder if she likes Everton. Little football question for everybody out there. Hit me up next week. I want to know if the Queen Mother likes Everton out of Liverpool. No? Nothing? Footy? A little Everton blue? Go Everton. Anyway, the Duchess has bangs, so all is well in monarchism. Heidi Klum. Let's get back to social media. Everybody knows if you listen to Face Value, I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it. Heidi Klum shows her ass on Instagram. For whatever reason, at 42 years old, you need to spank yourself with a wooden spoon and puts it on Instagram. So somebody at an event says to Heidi, oh, this day and age, why'd you put that on Instagram? She goes, well, kids shouldn't be looking at Instagram anyway. And I don't really pay attention to that. I think my point is, bravo. That's what I'm saying about social media. I'm saying that you should be able to do what you want. And you get to see Heidi Klum's ass with a wooden spoon. So why I don't get the whole spanking of the wooden spoon, but she puts a picture up there where we go on these tirades. If I were to take a picture like that and put it on Instagram, I'd be getting chewed up on the internet or something. Some conspiracy. Heidi Klum does it. Explain it to me. You're this generation. Explain it to me. Why is it okay that she does it?
I'm not saying it's okay that she does it, but considering your children follow you on Instagram and your mother would probably see it, and
that is the worst defense ever. I'm just saying, I like the fact that she goes, I really don't pay attention to that stuff, and if people don't like it, they don't have to look. That's social media.
Well, yeah,
you don't like my tweet, don't follow me. You don't like my picture on Instagram, don't follow me. But you're going to put it out there. I mean, at least we know when she runs for president, it's all out there. They're not going to dig up anything on her. Who knew? Why not?
Because you have to be an American citizen. Or you have to be born in America.
Maybe not by the time like your generation gets through with everything. The iPhone 12 and the pixelation and the and then somebody who was born in Bulgaria can run for president. If Heidi Klum can run for president, or no, I take it back. If Arnold Schwarzenegger, See what I'm doing? For everybody on iTunes, what I was doing with the segue is Schwarzenegger and cigars. I was putting a cigar in my mouth like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. I got the army hat on. We're in the jungle. Go that way. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm my own variety show. I need nobody. Except you're back this week. Arnold Schwarzenegger is now the new host of Celebrity Apprentice. The Donald is out. You're fired. You're fired. It's not a tumor. You're fired. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
That's the movies he's in. Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It's not a tumor. You're fired. Donald Trump's going to be president. Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to be the leading man on TV. You're fired. Boys have a... It's a movie, so don't take it easy. Let's go back to Heidi Klum. If you don't like it, don't listen. That's what I'm saying. I'm quoting a Schwarzenegger movie.
Schwarzenegger live, you could have quoted anyway.
Yeah, but everybody says I'll be back. You're fired. Imagine Arnold firing. Who's he going to fire first? I don't know. I can't wait. I want to watch Gary Busey on.
He was already on.
Who's the dance? What's the dance show? Dancing with the Stars. Gary Busey. Do we get Buddy Holly Gary Busey? Lethal Weapon Gary Busey? Or Rehab Gary Busey? I'm a big Gary Busey fan. And the fact that he's on there, I hope it's just not to make fun of him. Because I like Gary Busey. I didn't think he was physically capable of doing it. But let's get back. You're fired. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Celebrity Apprentice. Can I get a Celebrity Apprentice? Give me a call. I'm still stuck on the Queen Mother.
To go on the show?
No, they could never have me on Celebrity Apprentice.
Why not? You're a people person.
I am not. I am a people out there and raise money up the wazoo.
You're a team player.
I am telling you what I thought about them. It's just she's just no. She's a bitch, and that guy there, he's a lion, and it's okay for them to do that. If I say that, I'm degrading someone. But as long as we're on TV and it's a reality show, face value. This is face value. This is what it is. Celebrity Apprentice. I met Arnold many times. He's a big wrestling fan. I'm a big Arnold fan. Arnold has what a year. He's on 2K16. I think is the Terminator. I think that's right. I think he's on a new video game coming up. And he's going to host Celebrity Apprentice. All that and gas is down to $1.97 a gallon. Where? I just filled up on practice today. $1.97. Who runs this thing? Who decides when gas can go up and gas can go? I'm not complaining. You know, I got my big Expedition. Only cost me $40 to fill it up. I'm happy, but I don't know what that had to do with Arnold, but I feel like gas is a big deal right now. Imagine how much gas American Airlines saved taking the wrong plane to Honolulu.
No.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Well, the guy, he only filled it and figured he'd glide in the other half. I mean, I'm stuck on that. How do you, hey, Phil, we all gassed up, ready to go? Yeah, it only took 100 gallons. 100 gallons. Man, we're getting to Honolulu a lot faster these days. Holy Jesus. And what happened if gas is $1.97 a gallon? Why are airline tickets still so much? Because that was the whole hoopla, like, it seems like a million years ago when prices and airlines went up because gas was going so high. Now gas is under $2 a gallon and you're still paying out the wazoo. A family of 5 cannot fly to New Jersey comfortably. Like, I'm not real comfortable with putting my son in a carry-on, but if I have to, because he still can fit in that little bag, I'll save the $100 or whatever it is. I guess you're not allowed to say that, but if I could fit my other daughter in there, I'd put her in there too.
You would fit her before you could fit.
I'd fit them all in. What else did I miss? Hey, let's talk about the movie I want to talk about with Will Smith. I don't know if I touched on it last week or not. I want to talk about that concussion movie and how the NFL doesn't want that movie to come out. It's supposed to be pretty heavy. I think I touched on it, but I keep seeing the the reviews for it, and there's a lot of stories and a lot of things coming out about concussions, and I guess it's still a hot topic. Concussions are a big deal, but there's a movie about it now, and part of me wants to see it, and part of me doesn't want to see it. I went through a few classes about concussions, and it just freaks me out, man. Freaks me out.
So the classes freak you out, but the however many dozens of concussions you've had freak you out?
For everybody on iTunes, you can't see my face right now. I'm in the middle of a serious breaking news story. And the monitor over there, don't you worry about what happened to me.
Oh, okay.
I forget what I was. Will Smith's got a movie, Concussion. I think I'm gonna have to go see it. Lots of people don't want to talk about it, but he's coming out with a new Fresh Prince, right? So that's good. I don't know. Your sister said Will Smith was remaking the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I know that it was like the anniversary. I didn't know he was doing that.
I don't understand any of this stuff. Can you give her that? My dog is making noise and he has to go out now. He has to go. My dog's name is Pop. For all you wrestling fans, I have one dog that's named Pop and one dog that's named Gimmick. And as soon as I said her name, she comes in the room. I want to talk about the guy who, and I know he's going to get on my podcast and on my YouTube channel, because the guy simply states that online ads are like a giant pain in the neck, right? Hold on a minute. I'm getting the Will Smith. Will Smith is putting together a remake of his 1990 sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He's not going to star in it, though.
He's not going to star in it. All the people in my house that come here with the news after I start my show is unbelievable. So there's Will Smith. Get behind Todd Chrisley and the Queen Mother and give me a call. The Queen Mother, who does not have bangs.
The Queen is not going to call you.
The Queen would call me.
She would not.
I could be knighted.
I don't think the Queen makes phone calls. I think she has people that make phone calls.
The Queen would call me and knight me.
I can just picture that.
Bill.
No, she's definitely not going to call you.
Yes, she will, because I was dead on. They knighted Austin Powers. They can knight Bill DeMott.
That was a movie.
Everything's a movie on face value. Let me get to this online ads thing. So they're talking about the online ads, and you go on your websites and there's ads everywhere, and you have to click them and all these things. And they interviewed a guy and said, if you block us, if you take us away and you don't want ads to come up on your pages or whatever it is, we'll find a way to get on there. That's what we do. So the guy's saying, you can do whatever you want. You can't stop us. Computers, iPhones, all that stuff. Back to social media. Everything to me leads back to social media. This guy says, we will find a way to get back on there, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop us. That's the hackers, right? That's all these things.
Well, ads, not so much. Ads is just
the guy said, if you block me, I'll find another way to get on your computer. That's hacking. That's got to be so. That's the whole. Listen, I don't mind when the big Vegas camera and they look at me cheating and counting cards. That's different. You know, sometimes you gotta. I'm not saying I.
Well, you're not going to Vegas anytime
Well, you
soon.
can because blackjack is 21, and after 10, and if you don't have shoes on, then they know you're counting to 20, so you always get caught anyway. So I could never get away with that. But this guy says, you do whatever you want, but I'm going to get on your computer and give you ads any way I want to. So for this week, I saved the two biggest pieces of news, in my opinion. Let's talk about this real quick. I'm going to have to deal with. No, let me do these stories first, and I'm going to tell you about what I have to deal with the rest of the week because it's troubling me in a lot of ways. Serena Williams, best female tennis player in the history of the world, can take everything. All she has to do is win the U.S. Open. She lost.
Oh, she did?
She lost to unseeded Roberta Vinci. To everybody else who's gone, who? Roberta Vinci beat Serena Williams. The whole world is blaming Drake.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that.
Drake is unlucky. He was there. He distracted her, all these things. Two things about this. Who the hell is Drake?
Ooh.
And how can you be the best tennis player in the world and your boyfriend sitting in the stands distracts you? Unless he's necking with your sister and making a scene. All my focus is on winning the U.S. Open. And I didn't see her sister there. I saw the replays. Her sister wasn't there, and he wasn't necking. So Drake screwed the pooch and showed up to support his woman. And the whole world went on a social media, went crazy and said Drake's bad luck. And
They were making t-shirts.
yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, he jinxed her. So if you get in the next 24 hours, Drake, you might have heard it on the Bill DeMott Experience first. But if that happens, Serena, call me. I want to talk to you about it. And next week, I'm going to tell you who Drake is for everybody who's irrelevant as I am. No, don't pull it up because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about the other guy from the U.S. Open who had nothing to do with the U.S. Open except he's trying to go to it. James Blake, former, right? I think he was done playing tennis in 2013. It's in my notes. iTunes. I have my notes. I love my iTunes people, but I realize they can't see me. So I'm going to put this up here after this story and I'm going to read it out. Because on iTunes, they can just listen. We have a lot of people in the Bill DeMott Experience who listen to this face value show as they're driving. And I appreciate them. So they can't see what I'm doing. So I'm still holding my cigar. I'm shaking my head and I'll figure out who Drake is. And we hashtag monarchism. I know who Drake is. Drake's a great referee. Drake Wirtz, who's a great guy. It's two different things, but I always got to get some wrestling reference in there. So hashtag Diesel. Hashtag Diesel. That's what I call him, Diesel. So Drake jinxed Serena. Her sister wasn't necking with him in the thing. How about the time on Seinfeld when Kramer wanted to be the ball boy and George couldn't take it anymore and he went to the stand and was eating the ice cream and he had the chocolate all over his face? And they shot to a scene and they showed him on TV and he was just a big Slop-a-Hontus pig eating ice cream. And Jerry had the hots for the deaf ball girl. That's what I got for Drake because I don't know who Drake is, so that was my segue.
Drake is a musician.
All right, let's clear this up now. Does he play an instrument? Then he's not a musician.
Okay.
These cats who say, "Well, I'm a classical musician." No, you sing.
Well, I don't really listen to his music, so I don't know.
So you can't say he's a musician.
He's a singer.
Then he's not a musician. He's a singer.
Singer, rapper guy.
He is not a musician. Prince is a musician. Guy's a genius. He's short, but he's a genius. Anybody who sings is not a musician. If he doesn't play the piano, if he doesn't play the violin, if he doesn't play the trombone, if he doesn't play the triangle, he's not a musician. Play an instrument, then you're a musician. Let's get back to this other guy, James Blake. Big news, serious news now, big news. Face value, take it for the way I'm going to say it. James Blake played tennis. I guess he retired in 2013, was standing outside a hotel in New York, New York, going to the U.S. Open, and was tackled to the ground, roughed up, handcuffed, roughed up something fierce because of mistaken identity. There was a stakeout for a credit card scam and everything, and you hold up the picture, and they held up the picture of the guy they were looking for. And they held up the picture of James Blake. They really are. They could have been twins. Well, it turns out the picture they had of the guy they were looking for was wrong as well. Oh. So it's turned into this big scandal. And it's always these stories now. People are jumping on, well, if it's cops, and do the right thing. And it's this, and it's because he's black, and it's because of this. No, because the picture showed the guy and he got tackled. The underlying story is the cop who did it is on the job 4 years and has had 4 complaints of physicality or whatever the case is. But I think what pissed everybody off was the chief and the mayor and all these people heard about it on the news when James Blake went on the news and said he got beat up by the cops. So the U.S. Open, a lot of bad things happened at the U.S. Open, which segued me back into the fun of Seinfeld. Because Kramer being the ball boy and George with the ice cream. There was no Drake. Serena would have won. The ex-tennis guy going to the U.S. Open wouldn't have got tackled. Here's a segue. Tackled. I have to listen to Paula on Thursday after the first week of football. And for everybody who doesn't know, if this is your first episode of the Bill DeMott Experience, you tune in every Thursday to Bill and Miss Paula, and we talk football. More importantly, we talk Giants and Dallas Cowboys. And Miss Paula and I had a bet for the first game of the season, and we're going to talk about this. So if everybody tunes in on Thursday, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it's ruined my week. The Giants. 13 seconds, whatever it is, yada, yada, yada. Another Seinfeld episode, reference, yada, yada, yada. The Giants lose by 1 point. So all through the night and today and tomorrow and all through Thursday, all I have to listen to is how on Halloween I have to pay off on the worst bet I probably made in my whole adult life. So I'm not happy about that. That's the truth. That's the nature of face value. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to honor my bet. I'm going to do what I said, but I'm making the worst bet ever for game 2. But I'm happy football season's here. I know you're happy. You could care less.
Sure.
Football season's here. Things are alive. I'm not flying. So let's run down. Let's recap. There's a chance of rain, first and foremost. I'm not taking American Airlines to Hawaii. Arnold will be firing people on a celebrity. What else? Norm McDonald's, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel. I stole a van when I was in Japan. We were driving through Japan, and back when I was there in the 1800s, there was not fast food like there is now, where McDonald's, everything across the board, everything was there. It was all, Japanese. And I love the Japanese culture. I actually loved my time in Japan. One time we were in this town, and we went on the way in this road, we passed the KFC in the middle of nowhere. So I took the van from the hotel. And by the way, they don't drive on the same side of the road as we do. And things aren't made for larger men like myself to drive in. Anyway, I found the KFC. I ate my chicken. But Norm McDonald's the Colonel. And here I spelled Colonel Kernel.
Like popcorn.
Like popcorn. popcorn chicken.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Jesus. That's like a 45-minute fight. Oh, yeah. Now get in it. So I didn't hear my song, but so my song was
I got it.
I'm not leaving until I play my song. So the U.S. Open's over. The first week, please tune in to Miss Paula on Thursday. I'm sure that show's going to be alive. I'm not even sure we're going to talk any football because her and I have a few things to clear up. I'm a little pissed off at how she does her business. It's a dirty, dirty thing. She won fair and square. So let's do this before we play my song. Twitter, everybody on iTunes, hit me up on Twitter. It's at Bill DeMott. There it is on the screen for everybody here. Instagram, same thing, at Bill DeMott. Don't send me Heidi Klum's picture, but follow me. Send me a picture. I always say, give me something to talk about. Here's Facebook. So it's facebook.com/democracy. DEMOTTCRACY. Facebook.com/democracy. I love suggestions. Same with the Bill DeMott Experience on YouTube. Give me some suggestions. Hit me up. Tell me what you want to talk about. We had a great, and we'll talk about it on Thursday with Paula too, but we Periscope before the show, and it was just a great thing, and the fans get involved. I want everyone to get involved, and as we go, and so there'll be some great guests coming up, and I think we're just going to name this whole Bill DeMott Experience face value. But Todd Chrisley's on his way, the Queen Mother, Drake and I are going to become friends very quickly. And who is the other guy? I don't know who he is, but Will Smith. Will Smith and I go way back. I'm going to go out for the part of Uncle Phil on the remake of The Fresh Prince. He had the gray beard. He was a big guy.
I know who Uncle Phil is. I watched the show.
Well, you got my song?
Is it you want the Fall Boy song or the Weekend?
No, I want the Uma Thurman song. Okay, so here's a song. I'm going to talk over it till it gets to my favorite part. This is my song of the week. So this.
It's only going to play 30 seconds.
So listen to this. Fall Out Boy. Uma Thurman's the name of the song. Listen to this. Here it is. You hear that? Shut this thing off. Do you hear that? This is why this song's stuck in my head. It's the Monsters. All I can see is Fred Gwynn, Uncle Herman, and the boy. And now I want to dance like Uma Thurman.
That and they play it on the radio every 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's because it's the Monsters. So now we want to go back and watch the Monsters. Did you say Utes? Nothing? No. What is that thing? 6 degrees of separation, right? If you name someone, you can get to 6 degrees of. So
there's actually a website. Have you heard of that? It's called 6 Degrees of Bacon.
No, I haven't heard. I love bacon. We just had bacon this morning. Bacon and eggs. Who was he? Was he the guy who played Doc Holliday?
I don't know who that is.
Kevin Bacon was Footloose.
Yes.
I like bacon and eggs. Harry Plopper, right? Get it? He was the pig. What were we talking about?
Kevin Bacon.
No, 6 degrees of separation or whatever it is. I just said Uncle Herman and talking about the Monsters, and I just said, did you say Utes? Which is from My Cousin Vinny, which Fred Gwynn was the judge.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so everybody listen on iTunes. Here's where we're at. We're at the part of this episode where I'm going to give you my Twitter once again because my daughter pisses me off sometimes.
You asked me to come
No, I ask you to follow. Listen, I point to you. You say,
hello. That's
your job. That's the end of it. So send me suggestions on Twitter at Bill DeMott, on Instagram at Bill DeMott. I don't know how you send suggestions. I think I send gestures. People send gestures on like here's your next show, and I get the bird. So maybe not so much Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook. Love to hear your ideas for a new Bill DeMott Experience. Again, coming up later tonight. It's released part 2 of America's Greatest Pastime with the 6U Oviedo All-Stars. If you missed the first part, please go watch it. It's a great story. Very proud of it. Just real happy with everything that's going on with the Build DeMott experience. We got some great guests coming up. I have a guy in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to say his name wrong, so I'm not going to say it, but he's a paranormal guy. He's like a ghost hunter or ghost buster. I don't want to make fun of it until I actually have him on here where I can be myself. So I'm going to say he's a ghost hunter. But we're not going to cross the streams. Get it?
Is it from Ghostbusters?
Oh my gosh. So listen, do this. Catch up to this. We're going to do this every week. I'm going to New Jersey. Everybody in New Jersey, get prepared. The older of the DeMott boys is coming home, and the DeMott boys are going to raise little Cain. We're going to see Nicole get married.
And you're going to be banned from hanging out with.
I may be banned, but I'm going back home to see all my boys. Hopefully, catch up to them. Maybe I'll have just an audio podcast up there and get a bunch of smarter people on this podcast, smarter than I. Check out my man Vince Russo is on iHeartRadio now. Again, I always want to give thanks to the Realm for the Build DeMott experience, being part of it. It's picking up. I appreciate all the feedback and all the support. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to get a new sidekick, or at least I'm going to get her on this one way or the other. But I'm afraid if she talks, then I'd have Miss Paula and a different sidekick, and I can't deal with Miss Paula right now.
You don't need a new sidekick.
I don't need a new sidekick. I need to dance like Uma Thurman. So I have some good guests coming up. It's just this is what I do. Check out the Build DeMott experience on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Dance like what? Dance like Uma Thurman. Don't and hashtag Marnakism. Marnakism. What the hell's the word? Quick.
Monarchism. Is that a real word?
Monarchism. Hashtag Monarchism.
No.
Monarchism?
Monarchism.
Monarchism. Hashtag Monarchism. Queen Mother. Holler at your boy. This is Build DeMott. This is face value in the Build DeMott experience. Do what you say what you mean what you do. Marnock.
Visit VinceRussoBrand.com to sign up for exclusive VIP content. You get over 20 new video shows monthly, including Vixens Who Rule and The Swerve, where Vince Russo interviews stars in wrestling and beyond. Listen to Vince and Jeff Lane discuss weekly news and rumor and review Attitude Era Raws. Also, watch the cult hit Bucket Full of Chicken next. Go to VinceRussoBrand.com and click the red subscribe button to join now.